welcome back to my channel. Today I'm at Elvington, which is the Yorkshire Air Museum. So yeah, I'm joined by Mike and his son Max. So Max is just, he's flying today. And Mike, I don't know where he's gone. Here we have one of the original T2 hangars. Got a decoder. Perfect transport aircraft during the Second World War. So here we have a replica Halifax bomber, which is the Friday the 13th that flew from RAF Lisset, completed 128 operations. Big aircraft. The only Halifax to complete as many operations as it did, especially with a name. You've got the tail gun position. But yeah, it only just fits in this original wartime hangar, the T2. It's only a couple of foot clearance on either side.
That's a 10,
You've got the artwork. Friday the 13th. Bloody huge aircraft. Then you've got a more modern one there, Buccaneer. I mean, that's a big aircraft as well. Looks like you've got one of the gliders over here. Go over there in a second. Got Mirage. I'm not big on aircraft, but Mike is in his element today. I know my dad will like watching this, he loves his aircraft as well. You've got the Harrier. Got one over there that they're restoring by the looks of it. But yeah, we're going to have a look at that glider now. Hadrian. So it could glide at 60 miles an hour. Cargo could be 13 troops, 1 jeep and crew, or 175mm pack howitzer, crew and ammunition. These things were heavily used during D-Day, or the night before D-Day. But yeah, you can see inside, look. You've got one of the, you've got a part of a howitzer in there. You've got a trolley for it. One of the airborne troops. Kilroy was here. Yeah, not many of these survive now. Don't know if this is an original or a replica. What are you thinking, Max? Is it original or a replica?
It looks more a replica.
A replica? Yeah, it could be, I don't know.
Because the wood looks more treating.
Because it looks what?
More treating.
Things were just made better then. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult to film inside the hangar when there's a lot of people walking around, so we've come outside now and I'll show you the aircraft out here. So we've got one of the Hunter aircraft. One of those crashed a few years ago now at one of the air shows, but it wasn't that long ago. You might remember it, it was on the news. But yeah, one of those crashed. Fighter bomber. Got Tornado. Got another Tornado there. Javelin. All-weather fighter. I think that must be that one there. Don't know what that is over there. Oh, they're both Javelins actually. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not big on my aircraft.
You're just going to walk around and that's it.
A Hunter trainer. A 2-seat training version. I'd never have guessed. I suppose the rear end is the same, it's just the cockpit. Yeah. Right then, Mike, let's put you on the spot. Can you tell us anything about these aircraft?
Alright.
Anything interesting?
Yeah, this is a Tornado JR1. So this would have possibly quite flown in the Gulf War, because I've just noticed on it little drabs of pink underneath, pink camouflage. So there's a good chance that this, especially where the air intake is here, you can see
It's got a cover over it. That's the air intake.
Like a desert camouflage underneath, you can just make it out. And this may have taken part in the Desert Storm War, the Gulf War 1. This one is a Tornado JR4. This is a new variant of the JR1. It's a medium to low level bomber, capable of carrying nuclear ordnance. But this aircraft here can fly underneath this aircraft, even at low level. And this is a Buccaneer. I'm not sure which mark it is. It could be an SR2 or SB2, something like that, and these would have been based usually at Lossiemouth up in Scotland. Yeah, amazing aircraft. My dad worked on these as well, so I'm pretty chuffed. I'm quite close to the Buccaneer. But there's one in the hangar, you might have seen it, the blue and white one, Royal Navy one. My dad actually worked on that. It came up to home up on Spalding Moor with an airstrike on the wing from a bird, or a bird strike, not an airstrike. But yeah, brilliant aircraft, very low level. They also took part in the Gulf War one as well for laser designation for possible special forces and stuff like that. And there's a point underneath where it would have designated the laser. You can sit on this tornado here, this part underneath fires a laser towards a target, and it's for precision bombing from using things like JDAM. I don't think it was JDAMs actually, paved-way missiles and stuff like that, and it would have just obliterated bunkers and stuff like that, and even airfields. It used to carry another weapon called the JP-233, which carried underneath, and it came really low down to the ground, and it'd fly really low over a runway, and it'd let out these droplets of little bomblets, and they would dig into the ground. And so when a personnel comes along or a machine comes along to try and repair the runway, it would just blow them all up. So it was a really effective weapon. But yeah, these was based usually at RAF Marham, RAF Lossiemouth. I think that's it really. There's other bases as well, but I can't quite remember the top of my head. But yeah, they're brilliant aircraft, all British. They got a Hunter in the back corner there, the blue one. We got a Javelin. Javelin, I think, was an air interceptor, based at RAF Leeming. Hunter, there was like Empire Test Pilot School at Boscombe Down. Can't remember what RAF Huntington. I might got that wrong because I mixed it with the Hunter and RAF Huntington. But anyway, yeah, there's plenty of places where there was based, and there's a better Hunter there. That would probably flown in Oman in the air conflict there. Yeah. Conflict Air Force. That would have been. It's not got an RAF roundel unless it's been for a paint job.
Here we have the C-47 Dakota, originally designed as an airliner aircraft which I think could carry 21 passengers, but the US and the RAF adopted it, and the US called it the Skytrain and the RAF called it the Dakota. But I think it was adapted to carry 28 passengers during the war. So there we go, designed in 1935, crew 3 plus 28 passengers, 224 miles an hour, and a range of 1600 miles. It is.
This is a Dakota.
Very long passageway for troops.
Really small cockpit with the windows there, really small. Real flimsy aircraft this.
Flimsy?
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually are.
They got ripped to shred by flak. Heavily used during D-Day.
And this would have been static land.
Yep.
You're a paratrooper. You've been sat down. These lights here, there's a green and a red. Or is it?
Yeah, there's a green and
red and green. And when the pilots were coming over the drop zone, they would have given the nod as a signal, and the paratroopers would have clicked on their parachutes here, come up to the door. There would have been an allied master stood here, and he would have basically waiting for the, this door would have been open, it would have been go, 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 and literally they just jump out and it will deploy there parachute. I'm not a paratrooper or anything, but I do know bits and bobs. But yeah, this, and then the air loader would have been stacked here with loads of. They probably would have been hanging out the back actually, clanging against the side of the fuselage. All the rest of the parachute things. But yeah, these were used for D-Day, Arnhem, loads of other conflicts. But a brilliant aircraft. They was originally American, and we bought a few off them. Nearly fell out then. Yeah, so brilliant plane, very rugged. As you can see, there's pictures. I don't know what that would have been. Probably parts to get to the back.
Probably just a storage area.
Maybe
that.
even a toilet.
Yeah, could have been.
When you just sat down here, just feels so weird. How does it feel?
Steep angle up to the cockpit.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Feels weird when you're walking down.
You can feel the heat. Imagine
Yeah.
what it would have been like in desert conflict.
Yeah, this ripped to shreds by flak.
There wouldn't be any.
We had a navigator, a radio operator, a pilot.
How small
and
it is at the
co-pilot.
front though.
Very small, compact.
I mean, even the windows, look how small they are. The hell
Yeah.
did they see?
Oh, and one of these do still fly at RAF there, Coningsby.
There's a few of these still actually working as a cargo.
Yeah, there is. Places like Canada and.
Yeah, out in sticks.
Yeah.
Still use them. But yeah, it feels really strange when you're walking down.
It does, yeah.
Here's one of my dad's favourite aircrafts, the Lightning. Fuel pods on the wings there. Can you tell us anything about it, Mike?
Yeah, the Lightning was a supersonic interceptor, and this is what would have intercepted the Russians when they were flying into our airspace. As you can see, it's got a fire-streaker missile, air-to-air missile. It's got external fuel tanks on top of the wings there, you can see, for extra fuel. These would have been based usually at RAF Leeming, RAF Binbrook and RAF... I'm not sure if... Binbrook, definitely. Watersham, I'm not sure, because I know that they had Phantoms there as well as the Lightnings doing interceptions, but these would have been based on quite a few other locations around the UK. These were single seat as well, capable of very high speed. I did hear a rumour, I don't know how true it is, but the SR-71 Blackbird met up with their Lightning at very high altitude. How true it is I don't know, but I'm assuming it's probably true. But yeah, they were still flying these in South Africa at Thunder City, early 2000s, and until one of these actually flew, the Lightning, it was flying and then something had happened with an internal fire, and the back end was on just ablaze, and the pilot couldn't eject because there was something wrong with the canopy opening mechanism, and they actually lost his life to it. And then pretty much they finished flying the Lightnings ever since then. So it was about maybe 2007, 8 years.
What, 2007?
Around about then.
Bloody
maybe even
hell.
more, back into 2010 time.
It's an extremely old aircraft for
Oh, yeah,
flying them
but,
still then.
Still capable. Bruntingham thought they usually do aircraft engine runs, and there's a guy called Dennis Brooks who's a former Lightning pilot, and he actually does the fast taxi runs down there. But of course Bruntingham thought it's lost the runway now, haven't they, to a big car company. And so no longer you'll see BC-10s, Victors, Lightnings, the lot Buccaneers shooting down the runway, all because the runway is half taken up because of cars now. It's a car storage place. It's very sad really. But yeah, the Lightning, amazing aircraft. It's iconic for taking off and then just going vertical and gone quickly. Amazing aircraft. It's one of the best British aircraft ever made, I think, definitely.
So we've got the watch office or control tower. It's a watch office for all commands type, which are mainly in Yorkshire. Got some of the original Nissan huts there by the looks of it. I think they're original. Well, there will be, I would have thought. Yeah, just the Victor. Anything you want to say about the Mirage?
I'm not that clued up with this one. I know it was a heavy a bomber and reconnaissance, photo reconnaissance. Underneath you can see like a bulge, and that would have been where the camera was for reconnaissance for the French Air Force. Massive plane, big afterburner,
it is, yeah.
or big reheat. It's a beast of a plane. I have seen one of the video of it taking off at an air show. I think it was back early 90s or something. It looked a beast. Yeah, I think it had a crew of 2, pilot and a navigator at the back. As a navigator, you can't see bugger all out of that window.
No. Just a little bit of light for looking at your maps, I suppose, and your charts.
Yeah. And this one, the mighty Vulcan, Victor.
Vulcan.
And this actually flew in the Operation Black Buck, I believe.
Yeah, it says on that sign actually.
Operation Black Buck was a bombing mission to Argentina, of the Falkland Islands against the Argentinians. And this would have helped get that Vulcan all the way to the Falklands and back. Amazing. It could refuel 2 aircraft at a time. 3 aircraft at a time. 1 on the port, 1 on the starboard, and 1 at the centre land tank there. Just amazing aircraft. They look so futuristic. And these was made in the I think the 1960s, believe it or not, or maybe 50s. The same with the Vulcan. But yeah, it had 2 other brothers or sisters, what section you want to call them. The Valiant and the Vulcan, as well as the Victor. Just based of aircraft. These were based at RAF Marham. I can't remember where else there was based actually, possibly Bras Norton, I'm not sure. But yeah, they took off, flew around the North Sea and assisted planes like the Lightning for carrying out quite long QRAs over the North Sea and over Iceland and various other areas like that. But yeah, brilliant aircraft. This one actually, I believe, it used to do fast taxi runs on the runway here, as well as the Nimrod. Whether it still does or not, I don't know. But brilliant aircraft. I think it has a crew of pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, navigator, and maybe another. So maybe about 5 crew, or 4 or 5 crew, depending, I suppose.
I think it still do start it up because I mean you've got the live aircraft signs there.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've got the, I don't know if that's some sort of starter, aircraft starter thing.
Auxiliary power unit.
Yeah, that's it. Designed in 1948 and then redesigned as a tanker in the 1970s. Just gonna have a look at the Nimrod.
Used to fight the South Georgia as well, for reconnaissance.
Oh yeah. So we've just been in a naffy and had something to eat. Now we're going to go into the French officers' mess. Very posh. The French definitely made it home. Made it like home, I suppose. I believe there was 2 French squadrons here towards the end of the Second World War. I think the British squadrons moved out or went to local airfields and the French moved in. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go and have a look at the watch office. To be honest, I didn't know that they had any accommodation in the control towers. Telephone exchange. This is where they would have planned all the weather. But yeah, some of you might have seen me with a video at RAF Catfoss. This just shows what the watch office would have looked like. Got the pyrotechnic store at the corner there for your flares. Let's head upstairs and have a look. It's really warm at Elvington today.
And it's Nicholas. I think it looks very similar to Catfoss.
Yeah, it's the same type of control tower, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be, but it's... Catfoss must be modified or something, because it is... It's slightly different, this one, the layout, but it's meant to be the same type.
Yeah.
But the US might have changed it when they came over.
They used to have a radio on in it so you could listen to aircraft.
Yeah.
So this is the front of the watch tower.
Flying control. So
Flying.
this wouldn't technically be just the watchtower. The main part is.
Yeah, so this is where we watched aircraft coming in for landings, and the runway's just there anyway. Yeah. All the names of the aircraft.
It's a very short
Stuff you can see properly.
Very short runway.
It isn't. Massive runway.
Whatever is it? There.
That's the start of the runway.
Mike,
It goes all the way.
Oh, that's the runway.
where did that girl go?
That what?
That woman, that girl.
What girl woman?
When I come around that corner, there was a girl stood here.
Was they?
Yeah.
There's no one there.
I'm being
There
serious.
wasn't a girl there. Where?
Hang on a second. When I come round here, there was a woman stood there.
Right.
She was stood here somewhere. She walked that way.
Okay.
You can't go that way.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's just you.
I did see
I'm being
people
serious.
There was people up here when me and Max came up because started moving
Yeah.
into
And
here.
they left.
I waited till I come down the stairs, but I saw someone walking there.
It was the
I've no
last,
idea.
unless it was me.
It was a woman, a young girl.
I don't know.
She can't have walked down.
You might
That
see,
is really
You
weird.
might see them outside, but
No, I didn't. I saw
It's
him.
like Dick saw someone running at the.
I come round here. I'm trying to see if it's a reflection of the glass or anything. I saw someone walk across there.
I don't know then.
No, because remember when Dex said he saw like a
Strange goings on in here. Very strange.
That good paranormal. Paranormal.
I definitely saw something. Well, I saw someone walk.
Oh, I don't know then. I know that I moved out the way for some people.
Yeah,
And I
they
turned
went
my,
past me.
I turned my camera off by then.
Yeah, they was the
People,
last
when I was about to come up the stairs, people were walking down the stairs, so I waited.
Yeah.
And then I come up, and as I come round that
As
corner,
far as I know, when the people had gone down, what you waited for,
They was the last people.
that was the last people.
Apart from us.
I saw someone walking.
It's
I
you.
no, I swear to God, I've definitely seen someone walking.
I moved out the way for some people to come through as well. And was there a girl alongside?
No. No, there was all about the same sort of height.
I'm gonna have to look back on the footage. I saw someone. They were down walking this way, along there towards that direction.
Through there then.
Yeah, right. No idea.
Because I turned my camera left into there, to look in there, and I saw someone walk this way.
You mean in this doorway here?
Yeah.
And then walk that way?
So I was.
You can't walk there.
I come round this. I come right. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
There's no reflection. So I come here. We was talking about it being similar to like Catfoss.
Catfoss, yeah.
And
yeah,
then
there was nobody up here other than just me and Max when you came up the stairs on the landing.
And then as I come round here, I don't know, I touched this handle on here.
Yeah.
I did that, and I come round and I saw someone walk that way to the right. So I went in here.
No, there was only me and Max up here when you came up.
So there's some type of paranormal here then. If you saw something.
Very strange.
Definitely seen someone walk that way.
To get the, like ask the manager. See.
Yeah, so you saw them walking, like, in this direction.
Yeah.
But it can't, so this here.
I know.
So they walked through it then, didn't they?
Gives them more reasons to
I'm laughing like it's, I don't know.
Like it just
Yeah,
happened.
like I'm messing about, but it did.
Wow.
I feel literally sweating.
That's definitely strange. Go and ask that worker out there, Mike, if there's been anything like that happen before.
I'll get a picture of up the stairs.
Should we go ask him?
Yeah, I'll let your dad go and ask him in a second.
I just want to get a picture. Yeah, that's weird. Wait, so is there any workers in here? Or is it...
No, but she's sat outside, isn't she, on the bench?
Yeah. Which way do we go? You got... Excuse me, do you work here? Yeah. Do you know the strange goings on in here in terms of paranormal?
No, I don't think so. You have an experience. I mean, that sort of thing is down to different individuals are more sensitive as well. If there is something there, you may well have picked it up where other people might not have.
Yeah, I mean, we do paranormal investigations, but I mean, like I say, just saw a little girl run.
Well, no, I didn't run. I saw her walking this
walking.
way. Yeah.
No, there's no history here that we're aware of, isn't
Yeah.
there?
We've done cat foss and got a few things, didn't we?
Yeah.
Cat
I
foss.
mean, in terms of a young girl,
do you remember what she looked like?
Not really. I just saw it because obviously I was recording, so I didn't want to go
So
in
you might
there.
catch it on camera?
Yeah, I didn't want to go in there. As I come around that corner, I saw a girl, like a youngish woman, walking towards this door up here.
the
So let's come on to
youngest
the.
who would ever be on here would be 18
Yeah, it was like a young girl, like young woman.
in its day, and certainly there would be female control rooms.
Yeah. The WAF.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, very strange.
Don't know, it might be your own sensitivity.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting
There's
anything like that, to
certainly
be honest.
No talk of it here at all, and the guides, if there was anything like that, the guides would be capitalising on it and
Yeah.
building it into stories.
Yeah.
So no, not really.
Okay.
Right, cheers.
Interesting.
Yes, here we have a replica Spitfire. I do find it really hard to record at museums. So, but yeah, if you're interested in this type of stuff, definitely get out. There's more to see than what I've recorded. And yeah, I don't know if that watch office is, if I did see something or not, but I'm sure I saw like a young woman walk past between Mike and Max. But I'll see when see what I can see when I look back on this footage. But yeah, definitely get yourselves here. It's red hot today. I suppose most airfields in the summer, they're always red hot, no matter which one you go to. So we just come out of the museum now, just heading back to the car. An anti-aircraft vehicle, tracked vehicle. Got a defensive position there, I've not seen one like that before. I don't know if it's just like sewer pipes with concrete mix around the outside. But this one, this is a rare one. Pickett Hamilton Fort, used for airfield defence. And basically it would go flat with the surface. And to get into it, what you'd do is you'd go in through the hatch on the top. And inside there'd be a hydraulic pump. And it would pump up out of the ground like on a hydraulics. It'd come up. So yeah, quite rare, you don't see many of these. Quite small inside, you can see part of the pump mechanism there actually. Or the hydraulics. And yeah. So yeah, they're going through this hatch up here. Really heavy is that. But yeah, Mike's just doing his outro video. But yeah, I don't know much about aircraft, but it's still still nice to get out and have a look. So thank you for Mike for explaining about the aircraft to us, and yeah, we'll see you all again soon. So bye for now.